So it's so important. You energize down your legs and you energize out the balls of your feet, right? And you push all that energy down that way, and you push your energy up from the base of your spine, and you push that energy out the top of your head, and it pulls all of
that. What you're doing is Falun Gong.
And so what you're doing is you've got opposing energies that hold you up, and then what you're doing is you're opposing the energies out through your arms, and you're pushing this energy out through
into the ether.
It holds you in perfect stasis. Now, the reason that you need to learn to energize like this is because of balance, right? Like if I wanted to do a pirouette or something, the only way that I can do that is to find a center of balance, right?
You want your left and right hemispheres working together?
So because of this, because I'm able to energize down and energize up, like my spine didn't break, so it stayed straight, and it was only a matter.
Broke your spine.
No, it was, I got a cast iron backbone when it comes right down to. So what I did is I, just got the feeling back in my arms, and I started energizing that symmetry. You see, I literally moved my hands for over a year in my mind before my hand ever moved, right? It just sat
left, right, and left, right symmetry.
But I'd be sitting there doing this exercise here, just touching so that I could get the feel back of where my fingers were.
How to make this finger work when you fire this finger.
Yeah, and what I do is I do this at the same time. But I started that self-hypnosis process actually with Jude's hypnosis, right? Because she does hypnosis or whatever, right? And you build your own place in your mind. Like my temple is my temple in my mind as well, right? That's my entry into my inner psyche, right? And it's interesting whenever you're sitting in this dome, how it maps you into your inner space, just with the structures that it puts into your eyes, or like it's a holodeck to build whatever you want, right? So you build your castle within your mind, the place where you want to go to, right? And you start with just a doorway. Right? You start with the doorway. First of all, you paint just a big black nothing. I can't empty my mind. It's fucking impossible. It won't stop.
No.
I can't get to this meditative. There was nothing in your mind. No, not a fucking way that's happening.
Well, you have to do the mantra at least.
Concentrate on a big black and make everything.
But that's concentrating on something.
The door, right? And then build the door. And then open the door. I've got a stairway. Okay, now I see the steps I'm going down. Okay, I'm coming up to a doorway on my right. I paint that. Okay, I'm going to open the room. Now open the room. The room is empty. I want to decorate this room. What do I want in my room? How do I want the room to look and stuff like that? And you build it. And each time you go into this process and you just do it to the point that you actually see it, and it becomes something that's concrete within your own mind. I mean, people that go into comas and stuff like that, or live within their own minds and stuff like that, they have incredible societies built in their own mind that are just as valid as everything that you connect with everybody
outside,
the physical real world that you can sense with your five senses, right? But it's always real to your mind and everything.
Like a dream, in a dream.
Whenever my hands started working again and everything, it wasn't anything for my mind to accept it, because my mind never quit working with my hands. It was just my body quit working until finally everything started connecting again and all going back together, even though it had been completely destroyed, right? Yeah. And, there's a lot of things that map in, and it kind of helps having your own witch sometimes too, right?
Yes.
Like she's all into this thing, like she can see people's, auras and energies and all that other sort of stuff like that. And you see people have different chakras that they relate. Like I have a crown chakra. Everything for me is kind of cerebral, right? People have like a third eye chakra or whatever, because they're more connected to kind of the infinite and maybe not so much to the here and now. Sometimes just the here and now, there, now and then type of a thing or whatever. Or the heart chakra, somebody that has no mind, they're all hugs and just, little mummy hen and stuff.
The here and now is boring.
Right? What?
Sometimes.
No, I'm just talking about where you're centered from and stuff like that. Sometimes you don't have the same viewpoint as somebody else just because of where your energy is centered.
You can't have the same viewpoint.
Right.
You're different.
Then you have constitutional types and stuff like that: fire, water, earth, air, right? And then there's different astrological houses. Well, how all of this relates to each other. In my Datamorph program, I'll have to show you. It's really cool. Like I've got this little...
Where do you live out on North Fork?
No, I live down by Frank's store. Right down by my dome.
Okay.
I go down the road right by my dome. I live at the end in a motorhome.
Okay.
With
we'll get your email and all that.
A wife and 3 dogs and a cat.
I want to get your email.
Yeah.
You probably gave it to me. You probably gave it to me one time, but I don't know a fucking idea.
My name is Jim Townsend.
Yeah.
So my email is jim@townsend.b.
.b.
B-E.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, in Belgium, yeah.
Oh.
That's where I am.
Belgium.
I want to be there.
Yeah, he's a antichrist.
So if you want to get to my webpage, you just go townsend.b.
Yeah, I'll get this, write it
And
down.
that's my main webpage, and then I got all sorts of links to my books and songs and poems and blogs and radical stuff, Facebook, Twitter, and
Was it you? You went to the other. Was it you? Who's the guy that got shot at all the time?
we got shot out in our motorhome.
Yeah. That was you. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they were.
This kid next door here fired 5 bullets from my motorhome.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Eric was telling me all that. And there was a couple times they.
Oh, they're always out there cutting water lines and everything. Last time I went out there, they'd slashed up my greenhouse and stolen about a cord of wood and broken into the... but you know what? The whole thing's ongoing and has been for a long time. It's all about the RCMP. I have a big battle with them, first of all, because I write stuff about them being illegitimate, about their government being illegitimate, about them being...
You're not one of them.
...mercenaries, and...
You're not one of them that they wanted you, that's...
Well, you see, the problem is that I used to volunteer with the RCMP as in our auxiliary program, right?
Yeah.
And so I have RCMP security clearances and all that other sort of stuff, and I worked on their computer systems as well, right? So I know quite a bit about them, and I always admired them, actually, up until the fact that we gave that 3-inch thick report on child pornography on the internet to them, and since then we've been just under constant attack. And I mean constant attack out here.
Well, truth hurts, eh?
Well, what happens out here whenever they try to murder us? Well, the RCMP have been doing everything that they can to cover it up. They go after my mining claim. They first of all,
some technicality.
They take my mining claim back. Then they come up for a reason, right? Things that
higher, lower, or parallel dimensions.
Parallel dimensions, or whatever.
Yeah.
Things that you see, like Judith can look at you and she, wow, that person, like she just goes away from people just because of what she sees emanating from them or whatever, right? But to sit down and like feel, how people feel and all that other sort of stuff, and give them and herbs and all the stuff that she tests and everything else, right? Take food.
You with your watermelons talking to you.
Right? Well,
they are probably in a different dimension.
But here's the thing: is it's all wavelengths or whatever. We exist within this fierce photonic flux that gives. It brings forth reality, all that we perceive to be reality, right? Like there's so much...
that we perceive to be reality, not that is.
There's so much energy in a single cubic centimeter of what we perceive to be empty space, that if you take that famous equation, E equals mc squared, and you convert that energy to mass, there would be more mass than is in our observable universe. So it's clear that we live in a very high energy
matrix.
Well, all we have to do is tap into it, and we have all the free energy that
That's
we
right.
need, because you know what? Everything
0 point energy.
On the face of the earth
0 point energy.
Free ride, with the exception of human beings.
Yep.
And it's our own minds that enslaves us.
That's right.
Because there are no.
That's right. What is filling up the earth for rotating? What is causing all these cycles to go? What started them? Where did the energy come from? Where did it buy it? Does it have to go out and shop, wait every month for a check? No, only humans have that.
And it's an entire con. It's an entire head game. And the people that manipulate you, they are wise to the head game.
Yep.
They put an awful lot of time and money into manipulating you to get you to connect with these spiritually bankrupt epistemologies that are going to drag you down and keep you from really understanding who and what you are and all that other sort of stuff.
Because we're a threat to them, or what? Or they like these statistics.
Then they lose control.
Yeah.
Right. If everybody just shares with everybody else, the monetary system too, right? So the monetary system always does everything that they can to keep you under the gun, even if they have to pull you over on the side of the road and constantly financially attack a community until there's